Steel Hunters, the PvPvE tactical mech shooter game that promotes brain over brawn. Okay, sometimes brawn wins, but to ensure your domination on the battlefield, every advantage counts, which is why, in this video, I'll be going over some tips and tricks to employ against your foes. Stick around, you don't want to miss the last one. Before we begin though, make sure to like and subscribe so you will stay up to date on the latest content I produce. If you've played Steel Hunters before, you've noticed that there are 3 stages of speed: walking, running, and sprinting. Sprinting takes a bit of time to charge up, but its boost in speed is great for traversing the large maps of Steel Hunters. Unfortunately, it tends to break easily, taking damage, dropping a bit too far, jumping, dashing, the list goes on. Luckily, there's a trick to keep your sprint if you're falling, knocking one interruption out of the list. When you fall, you have around a second to dash in the air. Upon landing, you'll notice that you keep your sprint. Don't dash too late though, or you'll lose your sprint. This is very useful if you're running from or chasing an enemy, putting valuable distance between you and them, or closing the gap for a decisive strike. Across the various maps of Steel Hunters, you'll find crates that you can open for valuable loot. These are a consistent source of repair kits, ammo, cores, and experience, which can make all the difference in battle. But did you know that there are special spawn sites for each map? Maryland Heights has an abundance of crates around the lake, and the same goes for the launch pad at Crimson Ridge. Unfortunately, Stone Cutter Keep has no such place. Additionally, located around the corners of each map, you'll have the chance of finding some of the rarer crates that can have game-changing loot inside. Energy shields in Steel Hunters are a bit different from most games. The user can freely walk and shoot through them, while the enemy can't, which is what makes them so powerful. This is especially true when it comes to the special shield dome item, which creates, well, a dome around the user. But shield domes can also be used offensively, trapping enemies inside. It's quite hard to do this with the small, weak shield domes, but much easier with the larger, strong domes. Be careful though, as taking damage will interrupt the activation. Cores are a vital upgrade on the battlefield. Damage, shield, and structure cores come in 5 different rarities, and they can provide massive boosts. But because each core is a percentage-based boost and not a flat increase, it's important to allocate your cores for maximum efficiency. As tempting as it is to vacuum up all the cores you can find, you should try to pick up the cores your hunter will use best and leave the rest for your teammate. Of course, this is all dependent on the hunter team you have, so my general rule of thumb is to give the hunter with the most DPS the damage cores and let the other hunter tank. Good old guard drones. Most of the time they're a minor inconvenience, but when it comes to their extraction guard cousins, they can slip victory right out from under you. Luckily though, the extraction drones are quite predictable. At least their spawn rates are.
Hi.
After the original 3 drones are cleared from extraction, the extraction drones will spawn the moment the timer hits 2 minutes. Once that happens, they will continuously respawn 30 seconds after the last extraction drone is destroyed. You can use this knowledge to your advantage, forcing the enemy team to fight them while you take them by surprise and gun them down. In a strategical shooter like Steel Hunters, there is no such thing as a fair fight, only a fight that makes winners. With 6 teams of 2 fighting to win, that leaves ample opportunity for third partying. If you see 2 teams duking it out, wait until they've drained their resources fighting each other before swooping in and cleaning up. More often than not, you can easily knock out 2 teams from the board, or at the very least, force them to retreat and take the spoils of battle for yourself. If you find yourself on the receiving end of this strategy, run. A good run is better than a bad stand any day. And in the famous words of Starscream,
sometimes cowards do survive.
And if you and your teammate manage to survive, you can wait until those teams are finished fighting each other and turn the tables. The Colossus is a powerful tool that can allow you to crush your enemies under the heel of your foot. Literally. But this power doesn't come for free. Each game you play will have one out of 3 special contracts: Bounty Hunter, Tag Hunt, or Legendary Key. Completing the contracts will earn you the powerful Colossus kit, as well as cores, consumables, and experience. For Bounty Hunter, there are 3 possible roles you can receive: the Hunter, who must kill the target, who must survive for 4 minutes or kill the hunter. If you're not either of these, you can kill either the hunter or the target. Unfortunately, you won't get a legendary supply pod for your troubles if you're this role, only an epic one, which only has a chance of dropping the Colossus kit. In tag hunts, fallen hunters will drop soldier tags that you can collect. The more you collect, the better your rewards will be. The legendary pod can be called down after collecting 5 tags. For both Bounty Hunter and Tag Hunt, you can press Z to call down the pod once you've completed the contract. For the Legendary Key contract, you have to wait around 2 minutes after picking up the key for the legendary supply pod to drop. The good news is, you're the only one who can open the pod. The bad news, your position is broadcasted to the entire game every few seconds. Fend off those who would steal your key, or try to steal it yourself if someone else has it, and open the supply pod. So, you picked a fight you maybe shouldn't have, and you find yourself waiting to be respawned by your teammate. Well, stand at attention, Hunter, because you can still help. Steel Hunters has the unique ability of being able to support your teammate from the grave. After dying, you will have a choice of 3 boosts to give your teammate. You can cycle these boosts by pressing R, but you'll have to wait an additional 10 seconds before you can pick the new options. Coordinate with your teammate to make the most out of these boosts. Because seriously, teammate, why? I'm missing 2/3 of my health and I'm running. Why are you giving me damage resist? You could have healed me. There's no one even here to shoot me. Use your brain, mother. And that's all I have for you in this video. Let me know in the comments below if this video was helpful and if you would like to see more videos on Steel Hunters in the future. If you'd like to join Steel Hunters Early Access and try these tips out for yourself, the website link is in the description. See you on the battlefield, Hunter.